Hello! So today I'm going to be showing you how to get healthy looking skin. And as requested by a few different people, I'm going to be using this Stila One-Step bronze in this tutorial and also the Nars Exhibit A blush. And these two things were products that people asked me to show how to use in a tutorial, so you will definitely be able to see how I use them in this tutorial, and I hope that it's really helpful for you. So I already have moisturizer on my face, but before I go in with any kind of concealer or foundation, I'm going to use this Stila One-Step bronze. And what this is a skin tone illuminating bronzing serum. So I just get a little bit of it on my hand, or you could use a brush, but I'm just going to use my hands, it's easy. So I'm going to put this in a few areas on my face. First of all, on my forehead. So I'm really blending this, getting it in the middle of my forehead, but more on the temples right here, because that's where you would put a powder bronzer. And then I get a little bit more and I put it down my nose, and then some on my chin. And then I put some on my cheeks. So I'm putting this on my face because it just adds some color to my face, and when you have a little bit of color on your face, it just makes you look a little bit healthier. It makes it look like maybe you've been out in the sun a little bit, but it just makes you look less pale. And usually we associate healthy looking skin with having a little bit of a bronzy type glow. Maybe not a full-on tanned face, but just a little bit of bronzer, which is why we use bronzer, to add color to our face and warmth to our face. But instead of the powder bronzer, I'm just using this underneath my makeup, and I really like that effect that it gives, and I think it looks natural that way. So, oh, and I got this in my Birchbox, my June Birchbox, I think, one of those, and I really, really like this. So I've put that on my face, and next I will move on to my concealer. So I really like using this concealer by Maybelline. It's the Dark Circle Eraser, but even though it says dark circles, you can use this all over your face if you want to. But this is really going to help brighten the skin and definitely brighten right here underneath the eyes. So I just put it anywhere where I have a spot or a blemish or acne or whatever. And then I also put it underneath my eyes, of course. And I just put it all over first, and then I go in with a blending brush to blend it all out. And then I like to blend it with this Sigma foundation brush. So I just go over the concealer, blending it into my face. So hopefully you can see how that has brightened my skin up a little bit. And then I'm moving on to my foundation, and I'm using a powder foundation for this. This is the Neutrogena Mineral Shears Loose Powder Foundation, and I've showed this in many videos and tutorials. I use it all the time. It's my daily foundation. So I get some in the cap, and then I use this buffing brush. This is by Real Techniques, and I just get a little bit of it on there and just start buffing it into my skin. So when it comes to having skin that looks healthy, I feel like there is definitely a difference between skin that looks healthy and skin that looks flawless. If you want a flawless looking face and finish, then you would want to use a liquid foundation. But honestly, when I think of healthy skin, I don't think of skin that looks completely flawless and you can't see any imperfections on the skin. Using a powder foundation lets your actual skin show through, because the powder foundation is usually a lot lighter than a liquid foundation would be in terms of coverage. So a powder foundation is really going to make you look much more natural. So when it comes to blush, making the blush color look healthy also goes back to what I was saying about it looking natural. So when your skin and when your cheeks naturally flush, they're going to flush a little bit more of like a red toned pink, or for some people it's more red, some people it's more of a pink with like a red undertone, but your skin does not naturally flush like a bright pink. So bright pink blushes are basically not going to look natural on you, therefore it's not going to look like you have naturally healthy skin. So what I am using is a red blush, and this looks very, very red. I know, it's crazy. It's very, very dark and pigmented. This blush is by Nars, and it is in the shade Exhibit A. And I love this blush. I've had it since, I think I got this back in December of last year, yeah, of 2011, and I love it. I feel like it just looks so beautiful on the cheeks, and as long as you don't overdo it, it really can give you a healthy look to your face or to your cheeks and not, you know, looking like a clown, because it's very easy to overdo this blush because it is so pigmented. So I just get a little bit on my brush, and this is by Sonia Kashuk. It's just a fluffy blush brush. So I just tap it very gently because you don't need much, and I'm going to build it up if I need to, but I definitely am going to start light just because, like I said, this blush is very easy to overdo. So when it comes to placing this blush, I'm going to smile and find the apples of my cheek. So that's the part of your cheek that sticks out like this. And I'm going to put it right here, kind of like in the middle of it. And I know some people will put their blush like back here or whatever, but that's not going to look as natural and healthy, which is what we're going for. I'm going to put it right here on my cheeks. And I'm just tapping it like this. I'm gonna have to get some more because I didn't get enough that first time. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so here you can see that it has showed up a little bit, and if you feel like it's too dark or maybe you've put too much on, you can take a powder brush or whatever and try to blend it out a little bit more so it's not as harsh, which is what I'm going to do. So hopefully it shows up on camera. I hope you can see that it just gives your cheeks a little bit of color and it looks natural and it's not too much. And I really love that this is a red toned blush just because it does look so much more natural. At least I think it does. And I know that this is more of an expensive blush, but ever since I got this and showed it in videos, people have been asking me to do a tutorial using this. So that's why I'm doing it. I know that not everyone can afford this, and this is definitely an investment for me, and really it's gonna last me forever. But you can find other blushes in the drugstore that have more of a reddish tone. Just look through the selection and try to find one that just looks a little bit more red to you. And the last thing to do for healthy looking skin is to use a bit of a highlighter. And I'm going to be using this one that came in this little Stila palette, and it is this all over highlighter. It's in the shade Kitten. But you can really use any highlighter you have. There's great ones from the drugstore. I like the Physicians Formula one, but I'm going to be using this. And the reason for highlighting is that it adds a bit of a glowing look to your face. So I'm going to show you where to put it to make sure that you look like you're glowing and healthy. So I'm getting a little bit on my brush here, and I'm using this Large Angled Contour by Sigma. It's the F40. So I just get a little bit of that on the brush, and then you want to put some right here on your cheekbones. So I put it right here. And then I also bring it up a little bit and put it right here on the side, like on my temple, and then a little bit underneath my brow bone. So just like this. And the reason for doing it here is that this is a high point on your face, and so anytime that light catches your face, like see where the light hits it, it's going to reflect off of that. So it's going to make your cheekbones look higher, but it's also going to give you a really pretty glow right there on your cheekbones. And then again, if you feel like you overdid it at all, you can go back with a brush and just kind of blend that a little bit, and so it's not so harsh. But so hopefully you can see, like when I turn my head and the light is hitting this part of my face, how that glow happens, that highlight. That is it. I'm only going to do the face makeup. I'm not going to show you eyes and all that because you can do whatever you want for eyes. I really just wanted to show you the skin part of it and just how to make your skin look healthy and beautiful and glowing and all of that. That is the tutorial. Like I said, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful, and thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.